Okay, y'all, we're back. Two girls in a bathroom in Lyndsey's bathroom. Everybody say hi to Lyndsey. All right, so what Lyndsey's going to be using today is she's going to be using, right side up, the blue eye color card because she has beautiful blue eyes. And I sent her an extra one so she could kind of play with color later. Keep in mind, everybody, that these colors are chroma fusion. So this is Mary Kay's answer to the professional MAC line. So they go on really great, very smooth. The flats are very flat. The shimmers are very shimmery. And then the frost, you know, we just don't even want to go crazy with that. So the colors last a really, really, really long time. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to start just doing a dash out the door look. We're not doing a lot of liner. We're not doing, it's just Lyndsey's about to go pick her kids up from daycare, and she's just going to do a quick dash out the door look. Okay. And that's what we want in the summer, isn't it? Because it's hot and sticky and all that. So Lyndsey, I want you to look at your color card. And the very first color you're going to see is called Cashmere Haze. What I want you to do is I want you to put a little bit of that on your brush that's just super, super light. And what you're going to do with it is you're going to put it on the bottom of your lid. So right, the bottom of your lid right there. And that's going to be your base color. And you guys, these colors can go on very light, or you can put more color on for a little bit more dramatic look. But I love Cashmere Haze. It's a nice flat, it's a matte color, and it's really going to make those beautiful blue eyes pop. And again, she's using a sponge tip so she can just toss it. But if you have a brush, brushes always work better. Okay, the second color we're going to do is going to be called Shadow, appropriately named Shadow for an eyeshadow. So what we're going to do with that is we're actually going to use it as a liner. So we're not going to follow the exact instructions on the color card. We're actually going to use it as a liner. So Lyndsey, I want you to put that on the tip of that sponge tip applicator. Okay. Very tip of it. And then starting on the outside of your eye, because you always want the most color on the outside on the lash line, you're going to drag that along the lash line. Now, why do we start here? Because we want the darker color here. And then as she drags it, she's going to run out of color, and the lighter is going to be in the corner of her eye. Very nice. And go ahead and do the other one. And then if y'all line on the bottom, I like to do a line on the bottom. It makes my blue eyes pop. Then you can also do the same thing on the bottom. And here's a little tip, y'all. You can use our colors wet. So you can actually wet the darker eyeshadows and use them as liner. I did that today with the darkest of the blues. It's so much fun. And so what you do is when you wet that little corner of your eyeshadow at home, always wet the same corner, because once it dries, it kind of solidifies and it won't give you that nice powdery effect anymore. Okay. All right. So Lyndsey, what we're going to do next is we're going to take the smoky quartz. And do you have an eyeshadow brush? Yep. Okay. Her eyeshadow brush, she's just going to dust that right underneath those gorgeous eyebrows that she has. Just dust it lightly. Now, people say, why do you put something light here when the light hits your eyebrow here anyway? Because that's one of the tricks to have a more youthful appearance to your eyes. It makes your eyes pop. It raises them up. And then, Lyndsey, I want you to take a little bit of that smoky quartz, and I want you to put it in the very, very, very corner of your eye. Just a dot and a dot. What does that do, y'all? That brings light to the center of the eye. Very nice. Okay, now while she's putting on her mascara, I want to tell you guys just a little bit about Chroma Fusion colors as far as their longevity. Chroma Fusion colors have a long lifespan because you don't need a lot of color. And you guys know, I talk about brushes all the time. If you've got great brushes, then you really don't have to worry about putting on too much or too little color, because what you do is you literally take that brush, you put it on the corner, and you just do the windshield wiper, swish, 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 swish. I actually tell my customers, if you make that noise, it's a lot more fun. So swish, 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 because the effect what you want is a little bit of depth here. And I don't have nice deep set eyes like Lyndsey does. My eyes are almost just, they're called average, but when I look straight ahead, you lose my bottom lid. So I actually like to create a little bit of a depth there. And keep in mind too, y'all, that you don't just stare at people like this all day, because that would be a little weird, okay? People look at you as you look down to the side. If you're like me, you're rolling your eyes a lot at your husband, things like that. So you want to make sure that when you do your eye makeup, look down in the mirror a little bit and make sure that everything looks nice and blended. You can never, ever over blend. Okay, now Lyndsey, what we're going to do with the cheek colors, she's going to take her cheek brush and I'm going to teach you guys a little trick about cheek color. Okay, I did a video on this about a month ago, so I'm going to refresh you guys. Lyndsey, I want you to put your finger in your ear and press in so you can't hear me anymore. What? Okay, you feel that little bone right there?
Mm-hmm.
That is the top of your cheekbone. When you apply your cheek color, you actually want to start your brush there and stroke down. Most people put on cheek color going like this, but wherever that brush hits first, that's where the most color gets deposited. And that's why so many people look like cherry chipmunk cheeks. Okay. If you want to pop on your cheeks, you want to design that yourself. You don't want to be stuck with it. So what you're going to do is, and I cannot believe I didn't bring my brush over here, but what you're going to do is you're going to start here with the color, you're going to stroke down, and then you're going to go in circles going back. And when you go in circles going back, I want you to grind it in. I know they say it's not good for ladies to grind, but when you're putting on cheek color, you grind that stuff in, okay? And why do we grind it in? Because now it absorbs into the skin and it makes it look very, very natural. Start the top of the, oh, she did it wrong. Okay, it's okay.
Oopsie, it's this way.
Hey, it's a habit and it takes a little while to redo that. And then you grind it back. So start at the top, stroke down and grind it back. Now with what's left on your brush, Lyndsey, take a little bit and put it at the top of your forehead, on the very just itty bitty tip of your nose. We should never blush our entire nose. No one's nose is so attractive, they should draw attention to it. And then a little bit at the chin. She's got that adorable little dent in. And then whatever's left, you just drag it down. What this does, and as she's looking right into the camera, what this does, guys, is, I'm going to use my cursor, is it brings balance in the triangle of her face. Okay. And that's what we're all going for. We're all going for that perfect balance to our face. I'm a little bit fuller here. I'm a little bit jollier because I'm old enough to be her mother. She's got that nice youthful lift, but eventually when those things start to succumb to gravity, we want to give it a little bit more of that lift. Okay, now we're going to do lips. Now, guys, if you want your lipstick to last all day, use one of our great lip liners, then you color in with the lip liner, then you go over it with the lipstick, and then a little bit of lip gloss. But what Lyndsey's going to be using today is one of our most popular neutral mauves. It's called Mauve Moment. So she's just going to take her sponge tip applicator, because you see it's just a little circle right here, and she's just going to fill in those perfect little lips that she has.
And I accidentally put the dark color, the number 2 color, on my sponge. So can I use my fingers for today? Is that okay? I'm sorry.
Absolutely. And the great thing about Mauve Moment, I call this a commissary color. You can tell I used to be an army wife. This is the perfect color to just throw on and run to the grocery store, run to the commissary, go pick up the kids. I like my lips to have something on them because my lips tend to be a little bit dry. And so this feels super, super good. Love
it. Almost has like a matte finish.
It's real, and it's really nice. This is a great lip color. Mauve Moment. Okay, now look at this face, guys. Now I am going to show you guys when we post this on Facebook and you see it there, you're going to see her before picture and then her after. So let's go ahead, pull that little sucker out of your hair. And notice, guys, she didn't put on an eyeliner. She didn't put on lip liner. This was dash out the door. And even with me talking her way through it and everything, it took less than 10 minutes. So get ready for this head of hair y'all are about to see.
It is
gorgeous. Oh my gosh, the mother of two, well, three with her husband. And you look fabulous. Okay, so let's go back. So what we used was we used the three colors. I like to use three colors on your eyes, even for a dash out the door. We used our cheek color and of course the lip color. And the cheek color is Rogue Rose, which I like because Rogue means you went kind of off the side, you kind of went out of the box, and that's kind of Lyndsey. She kind of does things out of the box. We already have so many good stories about her. All right, Lyndsey, how does your face feel?
Very light. I don't feel like I'm wearing a ton of makeup. It feels like it's breathable, and I don't feel like it's oily, but it definitely, I'm very shocked. Like, it looks so good.
And that is in fluorescent bathroom lighting. So wait till you see yourself in the rearview mirror of your car. All right. Thank you, Lyndsey, for doing this with us today. And Lyndsey, is there anything else you want to say just to our guests and our consultants?
No, just thank you so much. I mean, JoAnna, I've got to meet her a handful of times, and I've had nothing but great experiences. Me and her really speak to one another, and I just appreciate all of her guidance. I mean, look at her. She is gorgeous, and I just really appreciate her letting me come on here today.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Lyndsey, and you have a super evening, and get that man to take you out.
Thank you.